Nicole
Seligman.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. It's a complicated one.
You represent yourself here against the bill.
Correct. My name is Nicole Seligman, and I'm a constituent of Representative Elliott Neishtat. Like my representative, I am against this bill. For the last 2 years, I have been employed at the National Dating Abuse Helpline. Every day I talk to young women experiencing dating abuse. Many times the abuse is sexual, but is not popularly recognized as rape because she is in a relationship with her attacker. When these women find out they are pregnant, the first decision they are faced with is whether or not to tell their partner. If she tells, she could be beaten into miscarriage. If she tells, she could bring a child into this world that would receive the same abuse she has endured. If she tells, her partner could take her right to choose what she does with her pregnancy, just as he has taken her right to choose, just as he has taken her right to make all other choices in her life. When financial abuse is present, which is really common, these women do not have any access to means. They cannot pick up and leave. They cannot take their car to the closest clinic, easily 6 hours away, after 20 weeks when they're scared and helpless and can't tell anyone because everyone is blaming them and shaming them. Having ample access to medical support and health care is imperative in keeping her safe and giving her a voice. It is irresponsible of Texas lawmakers to make these women's lives even harder, scarier, and less safe. These women are more capable of making the best decision for themselves as they are experts on their situations, as no one else, not their parents, not a lawmaker, no one could possibly be because they're not there every day that they're being abused in these many ways. You have a responsibility to Texas women to support them, protect them, and give them the right to choose. This hearing has received national, global attention tonight on Twitter. Do we have your attention?
My name is Joanne Richards, and I'm here to testify against the bill, and my representative is Donna Howard. I know some of you quite well. Many of you know that I happen to be a faculty member at the University of Texas at Austin. What you may not know is that I teach a course called Women's Reproductive Health. Your salary is higher than mine because I do this free. So I'm here to testify today to try to persuade you to protect women by keeping abortion safe, legal, and accessible to all women. There are a number of things that have been said today, and what I want to try to do is to carry them one step further. Someone mentioned Rosie Jimenez, and in case you don't know who she is, I need to tell you who she is. Rosie was a 27-year-old Latino college student and a single mother. Rosie was 6 months away from graduating from a teaching credential, a ticket to a better life for her and her 5-year-old daughter. Because Rosie couldn't afford health insurance, she was on Texas's Medicaid. Unfortunately for her, the Hyde Amendment had just passed. Whatever her reasons, Rosie was desperate to have an abortion that she crossed over into Mexico, where she obtained an abortion that she could afford. On October 3rd, 1977, this illegal abortion cost Rosie her life, leaving her daughter an orphan. We don't want that to happen again in the state of Texas. These bills, and this bill in particular, raise questions in my mind about an equity issue. And the equity issue is as follows. Abortion procedures do not require an incision, but performing a vasectomy does. If I have to have an abortion in an ambulatory care setting, a vasectomy should be done in the same setting. Right now, a man can have a vasectomy in a physician's office. I should be able to have an abortion in a physician's office. So it's an equity issue. And one last thing that I would like to mention, and that is that we have talked a little bit about the fact that carrying a baby to term is more dangerous than having an abortion. And I'd like to read to you the Occupations Code, Chapter 203 for midwives. And it says, findings. The legislature finds, number one, a parent has the responsibility and right to give birth where and with whom the parent chooses. For a procedure that is causes more harm than an abortion, I can give birth in my home without a physician, but with a midwife present. Thank you.
Delia Lugo?
Delia Lugo.
Delia. Okay. Delia, I have you representing yourself, testifying against the bill.
Yes, I am. I'm against this bill. I believe it's just ridiculous.
Okay, once again.
My representative is, excuse me?
For the record, I just need to have you go ahead and say your name again against the bill. I'm sorry, but go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Chair and committee. Good morning. For allowing me to testify. Well, again, my name is Delia Lugo.
Thank you.
And I am a constituent of Representative Jean Wu. And I'm here to testify against this bill. I've been here all day. I went and actually got in the car with Amanda Rose Hernandez. She had spoken earlier. So I've been here all day. It's not just like I just decided, oh, well, I'm just going to hop into the car and this is just it. No, I am here to say, you know, I have a father already. He passed away earlier this year. His name was Francisco Rivas Lugo. I don't need another father. I don't need someone else to tell me what to do with my body and what to do with myself in every facet of my life. So the only person that tells me what to do and where to go is my GPS. And that's the only, and he has a British accent. And the only other person that tells me what to do is my mother. I am 41 years old. And she is a mother of 12 from a Catholic family. I am pro-choice. I am pro-family. But what I can't see is why in high poverty areas and minorities have to be affected in this manner. I grew up in Northeast Houston. People ask me, so why do you have an accent? Well, I have an accent because I grew up in Houston. I'm a native Houstonian. I'm a proud Houstonian. And I also tell them I'm a proud Texan. But then when I have to go in the car and drive up here 3 hours for this committee hearing, I am not proud at all. This is very, very, very disappointing to me. And it should be disappointing to all the voters out there who voted some of these people who created these ridiculous bills. No one should have to come and stay all night long just to go and listen to this. But remember, I'd like to thank for coming here and allowing me to go ahead and speak. But then you're going to have to remember, I'm a registered voter, and so many of those individuals are too. Thank you.
Thank you. Is that it? Mary Catherine Martin here representing herself to speak against the bill.
Good evening to the committee. Thank you to the chair and the committee for allowing me to speak this evening. I'm here as a constituent of Representative Elliott Neistat, and I'd like to thank you all for your time. I'd like the record to state that I've been here since 1 in the afternoon, so I understand your exhaustion.
Mary Catherine, I need to get your name.
Mary Catherine Martin, I do believe I'd stated that. I'm here today speaking in opposition of HB 16. I prepared a list of facts and empirical evidence, but instead I've decided to speak from the heart. 29 years ago, my mother was a victim of rape. She, due to her extreme levels of athleticism, did not know that she was pregnant for 5 months. She, in fact, did not show for the entire term of her pregnancy. Under HB 16, my mother would not have been afforded the right to choose what she wanted to do with her pregnancy. Unfortunately, due to the severe psychological damage of such a violent and invasive act, she considered suicide, and I'm very grateful that she didn't go through with that, otherwise I wouldn't be speaking in front of you today. Last year, the Center for Public Policy Priorities estimated that 1.2 million children in Texas are living without health insurance. That's nearly twice the national average. Given this sad reality, one must wonder why these proposed restrictions on abortions are not accompanied by measures to help women raise the children that they must have. It seems abundantly clear that the state of Texas cares for the life of an unborn child, yet loses its interest in supporting its well-being once the child is birthed. I'd like to leave you with a quote from the late choice advocate Beverly Harrison, who famously stated that abortion is never a desirable means to exercise procreative choice. It is instead one of the most difficult decisions a woman can make in her lifetime and should be made between a woman and her health care provider, not in the halls of the state capitol. Thank you.
Thank you for your testimony.